Close. Take a closer look at the details of PSU every game, items you might not recognize if you look too close. Jason Plotkin, York Daily Record State College. The Nittany Lions still didnt truly have their heads in the game at the beginning, once again. Strangely enough, their steady special teams let them down in the first quarter on senior day. They gave the Nebraska Cornhuskers 10 quick points. To their credit, though, that was really all they gave them until the very end on the most raw kind of November day in Beaver Stadium. As expected, the Nittany Lions ran through the spiraling Cornhuskers in every way imaginable. They somehow outgained them 43,977 in first half total yards and 609,466 overall. But most of Nebraska's yards came in mop-up duty during the fourth quarter. More Penn State's Sharif Miller plays for those who helped him flee tragedy, hopelessness. More Saquon Barkley's positive attitude. Leadership shines even as Penn State offense struggles. Most noticeable was how Saquon Barkley ran his way back into the Heisman Trophy top talk. If nothing else, the 92 Lions seem headed to a New Year's Six bowl like the Cotton, Orange, Peach or Fiesta. So here are the 3 things we learned from the Lions' 5,644 victory. Rejuvenated Barkley looked Heisman again. Close. YDR reporter Frank Bodine gives analysis of PSU's 5,644 victory over Nebraska. Jason Plotkin, York Daily Record. Looked like a different running back from the first time he touched the ball. Saquon Barkley took the handoff and raced to the left edge and then cruised past a Cavadin defense the rest of 65 yards for the lightning strike 2 count. But it was much more than one breakaway run against a broken-down defense. After nearly 2 months of being bottled up continually in the run game, being gang-tackled time and again in the backfield, Barkley looked like the tailback everyone expected him to be all season. He hit the line kick and exploded through holes. His linemen certainly got the best of one of the worst run defenses around at the point of attack, and it showed. Barkley looked more comfortable and confident, and even faster, in everything he did. Penn State's DJ Brown carries the ball against Nebraska in the second half of an NCAA Division I football game Saturday, November 18, 2017, at Beaver Stadium. Penn State defeated Nebraska 5,644 in its final home game of the 2017 season. Photo Chris Dunn, York Daily Record. His first 13 carries of the game, the only ones that really mattered, produced 141 yards. He added another 66 yards on 5 first-half receptions. He ripped past 1,000 rushing yards for the 3rd straight season and also broke the school's all-time 2-count mark. Penn State's schedule, easy ending did them in close. Pennsylvania photojournalists talk about the struggles of covering PSU football in terrible weather. Jason Plotkin, York Daily Record. One of the most curious schedules in recent memory certainly paid the Nittany Lions no favors. And you got an up-close view of that Saturday against the White Flag Cornhuskers. Playing what turned out to be awful outfits in Rutgers, Nebraska and Maryland to end the season does the Lions no good. Hard to impress anyone with 3 expected blowouts. More importantly, the Lions also were fed a back-to-back diet of Michigan, Ohio State and Michigan State right before that. 3 of the 4 most physical teams in the Big Ten. 2 of those 3 on the road. Losing 2 of those games by a combined 4 points essentially eliminated the Lions from the college football playoff chase. Playing 3 of the nation's best run defenses in a row also knocked Barkley from the Heisman Trophy running. Imagine if they could have gotten in Nebraska or Maryland somewhere in the middle of their schedule. Penn State's Juwan Johnson carries the ball against Nebraska in the first half of an NCAA Division I football game Saturday, November 18, 2017, at Beaver Stadium. Penn State defeated Nebraska 5,644 in its final home game of the 2017 season. Photo Chris Dunn, York Daily Record. McSorley to Johnson. Most important connection. Closed. PSU reporter Frank Bodine gives his take on the impact of this year's senior class as they are recognized before the start of the Nebraska game. Jason Plotkin, York Daily Record. Penn State's 6'4" sophomore receiver was supposed to be a revelation this season. Coaches and teammates praised him all off-season. Then he caught the last-second 2-count to beat Iowa. And he went silent. He seemed particularly lost in the rain at Michigan State where he came up short on any number of plays that could have helped the Lions pull out the victory. Still, he's rebounded stunningly well the past 2 weeks, looking like the confident blocker and big-time receiver the Lions will desperately need next year. He caught 5 balls for 78 yards against Rutgers. He caught 5 passes for 105 yards in just 3 quarters against Nebraska, including a rubber bandman sideline catch that was reviewed and upheld. He also provided the 2-count-bringing block on Barkley's opening 2-count run. His development is particularly key heading into the bowl game and next season. McSorley, a junior, will need to know one guy after losing receiver Deshaun Hamilton and tight end Mike Gesicki to graduation. Johnson figures to be the easiest target to spot on the field in 2018, especially after his mid-season struggles seem to be behind him.